What's up guys, it's Josh from KeepItTechie, and today I want to do a quick video on the application kdenlive. So first off, what is kdenlive? Kdenlive is a simple video editing software that's built for the Linux operating system. It also works on Mac OS as well as Windows. In my opinion, it rivals Adobe Premiere as far as video editing software. You can do pretty much the same thing in kdenlive that you can do in Adobe Premiere. You just have to understand how it works. So the first thing I want to do is go to their website and show you guys a brief overview of the actual application, and the website is kdenlive.org, and this is the main page. I'm gonna basically go to the features and just show you guys some of the features. So basically what it's saying is kdenlive is an open source video editor. The project was started around 2003. kdenlive was built on Qt and KDE framework library. And just to point out, KDE was built to run on the KDE desktop. And so with that being said, most applications, the way to find that out is by the K in the front of the application. Most applications that were built to run on KDE have K in front of it. So when you're looking through your repositories and you see an application with the K, it's built to run on the KDE desktop. So just to point that out. It says most of the video processing is done by the MLT framework, which relies on many other open source projects like FFmpeg, and I don't know really these. It's Fire, Movot, LadSpy, and SOC, and also VLC. It also states our software was designed to answer most needs for basic video editing to professional work, and it's developed by a small team. I forget the guy that actually created it, but it was one guy that actually started the whole project, and now it's being maintained and developed daily by a small group of people that actually manage it. So just to talk about a few of the features, it's multi-track video editing. You can add multiple tracks, videos. It has the different track labels, and you can name them and all that stuff, and throw your tracks in there and transition and all that stuff. Use audio and video formats. It uses pretty much all the audio and video formats that are out there. Configurable interface and shortcuts. I haven't played with this too much, but I know you can do it. The titler, you can actually create your own titles in the actual application. They have a editing, some graphics editing built into it, just like the other video editing software out there. You can add those images and do different things with the actual images, throw text in the video and all that. Like I was saying earlier, effects and transitions, it's got a lot of effects and transitions in there. I'll show you that a little later on. Audio and video scopes, you can, modify the video, I know, real well in this system. It says proxy editing, automatic backups, and actually while you're working on a project, on a particular project, it'll do periodic backups of whatever you're working on, so you can go back, and if the system crashes on you, you can recover what you were last working on. So it's pretty good. Timelines and all the previews and themable interface is pretty cool. So let's get started. So the first thing I want to do is show you guys how to install it, and I want to do that in a VM. Since I already installed it on my system, I'll do it in a VM, and the VM that's highlighted today is Manjaro. and I installed the Deepin desktop on it. When you go through the installer, you can select Deepin and it will install the Deepin desktop. Manjaro is a Arch-based distribution, which I advise new users that are coming over to Linux to not really mess with at this point, up until you familiarize yourself with using Linux. I would stay clear of Arch-based distributions because it tends to have issues every now and then. But I just figured I would do it because that's what I use on my main system, and I just wanted to show you on a system that I don't care about. So the way you install kdenlive on Arch-based distributions is basically sudo pacman dash capital S and then the application. So and that's basically it, and you just press enter on that. And before I run it, I just want to show you how to do it on Debian, which is sudo apt install and then kdenlive, and that's how you install there. And as well as Fedora and CentOS, it's yum, which is their package manager. You just do sudo yum and then kdenlive. That's pretty much it. So let's install it on our Arch-based distribution by running pacman capital S and press enter. And I've already installed this on the system once before, but I removed it, so I believe it's cached. But I always use VLC as the back end as far as the audio and video, so I always run with VLC. You can use the G streamer or not GT, or the QD5 G streamer. You can use that, but I always use QD5 VLC. So, and as you can see, it'll add that package based on whatever you select to the actual list of packages that will be installed when you install kdenlive. So just type Y, press enter, and it'll go through. And since I already had the packages cached on the system, all it's doing is checking to make sure they're there, and it's gonna run through and install the actual application. So it shouldn't take me long. It'll take you a slightly longer to install it because it has to download from the internet. So this should be done pretty soon. And it should finish up in a second. Okay, so now that we finished the installation, we can go ahead on and open up the application. And we can just click the launcher. And one thing, I'm not too familiar with the Deepin desktop. I rarely use it other than just messing around in on VM, so not great with Deepin. But you basically just type in and open up the launcher, type in kdenlive, and that'll find it for you, and run the application. And as you can see, it's a simple, clean application, and it's very powerful. That's one thing I want to point out. You can do, like I said, it in my opinion, it kind of rivals Adobe Premiere or After Effects, you know, all that stuff. So as far as video editing goes, so It may not run the best. Like I said, this is in a VM. I'm gonna show you on my main system in a couple minutes, but it may not run too great because I'm actually recording, from my main desktop or the host machine, as well as having this application on. It's kind of resource intensive, so but I'll just go through the menu. This is the main menu. New, open, save, transcode kit, clips. This the edit, undo. It's basically everything on this main thing is up here as well. Zoom in, zoom out. Project, you can add your clips within the project once you create the project. Simple tools, the eraser tool, selection tool, spacer tool. You get those spaces in between the video clips. Markers, you can add markers to the actual video clips or different ports in the timeline. This is the timeline. You can select certain ports of the timeline, remove certain things, turn on and view certain things down here on the timeline. Monitor, you could play certain stuff. View, you could change the view, add different options to the menu. Okay, and then under the settings, like I said, you could change the theme, styling, and just configure shortcuts in the toolbar and all that stuff. This is your help. You can open up kdenlive's handbook. It's a quick handbook that gives you basic understanding of how the application works. You can change the system language and just some about information. And this is the quick toolbar, in my opinion. You can click new. That'll open up a new project. You can open a new project, save the project that you're working on, undo, redo, all that stuff. But this is one of the main buttons. And if you know anything about video editing, you'll understand the rendering option. So if you open up render, whatever project you're working on, it'll use that name, and you can specify the type of video that you want rendered. Like I always use MP4. Some people use WebM, transparent MP3, MPE2. They got 4K stuff in here, and just help with the audio. You can, if you're just doing audio only, MP3, and you can mess with the quality of the actual video. I use the MP4, and I always bump the quality all the way up, just so the clarity will be there, in my opinion. And then you can select, I forgot to say, you can select the output location. This will just open up a file explorer, and you can save it wherever you need to save it under that name. If you click here, this will open up more options. You can actually modify this. I don't really understand this code or command, basically, but it's basically flagging everything. You can see F is MP4, which is the output. It's basically the script of how it actually works, and then you can change the encoder speed, and just different options. You can put the overlay with the time that pops in the side while it's playing the video, or while it's being, not while it's playing it and not while it's rendering it, but after it's rendered, it'll show the time on the side by using that overlay. This will show you the current jobs that you have open, and you can actually generate scripts that'll run to render out certain projects that you have, as you need them. So we can hit close on that. All right, and just a quick navigational thing. This is where you would add your clips, audio clips, video clips. You could just add them in here. If you click here, you can add a clip, color clip, slideshow, title clips, template titles. They have the templates built into it, so yeah, you can add that to here, and you can also just add your clips and audio by dragging and dropping. You can explore or open up your window explorer or file explorer and add your clips and audio clips here, your video clips and audio clips. This right here is the properties, and this is mainly the properties for the actual clip that you're editing, and the properties of all the effects that you add to that clip. So I'll show you a little bit more on that, but these are some of the basic clips. You can add more stuff to this, but pretty much, like I said, I'm just giving you an overview. Pretty simple. These are your video transitions and effects, and this is your audio effects, and this is, I believe, custom effects, if you create custom effects, as well as your favorite effects. So based on what you use or what you've used in the past, it'll show those as favorites here automatically, and you can remove and adjust it from there. And this is your compositions. It allows you to add effects to the actual video clips, dissolve, wipe, like if you're transitioning from one clip to another. So this is the project monitor right here. This will switch automatically depending on what you're doing. So if you click on a clip down here or click down here, it'll go to the project monitor, and then if you click on a clip up here, just a clip that you want to work with, you can play that clip by using this little box here or whatever. And also there are some of the options that you have to search for through here are added down here as well. For instance, you can do the cut. I believe this is the razor tool. Instead of going up there, you can razor your videos, cut out clips, edit clips. Selection tool, you can drag and drop and move your clips around, and this is the spacer tool as well, and they have shortcut links for it as well. And I'll show you some of this stuff, the rest of this stuff, when I open up a live project on my system. So let's get to that. Okay, so I have kdenlive open up on my system. Let me go down and open up a project for you guys, so we can see which one it looks like. Let's see, the last video I did was a Kali Linux video, so I want to open up that project just to show you some examples of what you can do. So this is, down here is the timeline with all my video and audio clips, as well as my transitions and everything. You can look at the whole timeline down here. You can move it around. You can actually play from the beginning and cut, move, transition, all that stuff. Like I said, this is where you add all your video clips and audio clips. And then once you add them, you can just drag them down here. And you can only drag audio clips down to the audio tracks, obviously. And then you can add you can add your video clips up there. And I'm gonna do Control-Z just to get rid of it, but yeah, you can add your video clips here, and for some reason it's probably not gonna let me do it because I already have some of these clips already added on here. So anyway, once you add them here, you can drag them down here to the timeline and play with them from there. And like I said, when you click on your video clips, you see how the clip monitor moved. If I click down and back down here, it'll go to the project monitor, and that'll show you the whole project. So like I said, if you clip up here, it'll show you the clips, and you can play that clip. And I'm not gonna play it because I'm actually recording right now, and the video will probably, I don't know, it kind of slows down my system, so I don't want to play any clips. But anyway, one thing I wanted to show you about down here was this. So I know in the latest version of kdenlive that I have installed now, or that's out now, that you can install, it used to have the audio and video tracks together when you have a video with audio on it. Now when you add a clip, like let's remove this right here. Let's remove this one. And let's add another one. Well, actually, let's go back. Let me add something to the end of it. Make it simple. So let's add you know, another track on there. As you can see, it automatically takes the audio and put it on the audio track line timeline, and the video, it separates the two. Before, it used to be together. And maybe, I'm not sure if that's a new feature or not. Maybe I just didn't have that turned on previously, but I've always had it to where the audio and the video was combined, and it'll all be under a video track. And then what I would have to do is turn off and actually I didn't mean to turn that off, but turn off the video little thing or whatever. Like, it's kind of a cache image of what the video actually looks like in the track, so I could see and cut and crop wherever I need based on the audio track, because the audio track is something that I use to help me edit quicker. Because as you can see, this is a blank space right here. That means I'm not saying anything at all. It could be something that I'm pulling. I could be pulling up a website, or I could be pulling up something in this video. But just to quickly get to that point, then I'll say, oh, let me see what I was doing here, and quickly get to that point and see what I was actually doing. And if I need to cut it out, I can cut it out. If I don't, then, you know, it's just easier to see it that way by turning off the little video thing, because sometimes it covers up. As you can see, like in here, you see how I had to do a lot of chopping, and this video will cover up the actual audio tracks. Like, it'll be on top of this audio part. So that's one cool feature to it. You can turn that off, turn it on, and as you can see, I accidentally turned that off, but you can turn that off as well, which to me, I need it. So and over here I kind of explained it on the side, but this is where you add your tracks. You can actually add more to this. I believe it's under here. No, you can right click down here, I believe, and add another, or add track. There you go. So add a track, and you can add it under, you can select where you want to add it. I want to add a video track under video 1, so it'll pop up right under video 1, well, actually above it in that case. So, but that's pretty much it. That's all I want to show you guys. Thanks for checking out the video. If you liked it, please like, share, and subscribe. And if you have any questions, please leave a comment down below. And of course, keep it techie.